What's the highest round you've ever seen on Chimps mode? You know, I think a lot of people have gotten around 100, and they've probably beaten Chimps mode before. 101 is pretty easy, it's got like a purple rush coming out, but then when you already get to around 102, you start to deal with big chunks of DDTs, and already reinforced Zomai Gods coming out. And that just gets harder and harder and harder to survive. Well, today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be trying to get not just to 102, not just to 103, we're going to try to go past 120, 30, 40, and even 50 today. Going to the highest round in Chimps mode that we possibly can. Now to get started in here, we are going to be doing a Druid strategy. I'm going to be using Open with Druids, which some people might disagree with. There's a couple different heroes that we can use. I tried a Churchill strategy because I thought he was the most powerful hero for the bang for your buck that you're going to get out of him. Then I realized that sometimes support heroes are actually more effective or more efficient to use. And one of the more effective heroes for me in this situation, I thought was going to be Open. Open's going to support all of these Druids, keep us in the game, and be super duper powerful long term. Now all of this is all coming together because I did some Chimps, I learned a lot in Chimps when I was doing my Chimps Solo Towers games, and I realized that ninjas and Druids were both unbelievably powerful in the late game if you could get them actually going. And one of the towers that was actually most impressive out of everybody, believe it or not, was the top path Druid, the Superstorm. Yeah, $70,000 is not an easy tower to afford in Chimps mode, but if we can get this guy going, let me tell ya, life is gonna be good. So, bear with me here while I get my Druid set up. We'll talk about positioning and stuff a little later on, and hopefully get to a super duper late game. And last thing before we let you guys go is, if you want to press that like button for me, that would be absolutely fantastic. If you want to subscribe for more amazing BTD6 and battles content, please do that right now. And enjoy the show. So I'll be honest, you guys might remember that we did this video late last year, and that's okay. Or at least I did a video very similar to this. But I've learned a lot from that run, and I wanted to go back and retry to see if I could do even better than I did last time. And I think that the main game changer for me is going to be that Superstorm. $70,000. The major issue for me is deciding if I can save up for a $70,000 tower upgrade right now, or do I need to get other things first, like an Avatar of Wrath, and kind of work my way into a Superstorm. Any which way, it's going to be difficult, but I've got my base set up here. As far as positioning goes, I did want to mention really quickly that it may seem a little bit weird to put Druids down here. Why don't I put them over here in this corner? And that's because I think ninjas are going to be a better later game setup for me. And those guys will be suitable right over here, going to be affecting mobs a little bit better. And these guys are going to be more of a cleanup, which seems a little bit weird, but also a sender backerer. Anything that is not a bad balloon will be sent back by this guy, and that means all we need to do is make sure that these guys are there to just kind of get me through to the end of the game, and then eventually we're going to turn everything into kind of a ninja army. So, so far, obviously, things are going very, very smooth, but we have to wait it out and see how it's going to go down long term. We are currently 3/4 of our way done through Chimps mode. That seems like a big jump here, but when you're trying to go literally twice this round, if not, dare I say triple. Oh god, now that would be a crazy, crazy run. I don't know if we can get that far, but 200? I don't know, that just seems like a crazy round to get to. A crazy round that maybe we might be able to pull off today. Luckily for us, we have just reached the, oh crap, the scariest round that we have to fight today. The round where we hope that regens don't regen into a majillion regens and completely wipe us out. But it looks like, ooh, we got lucky. Nice. This guy is not a de-regenifier, which I hope isn't going to bite us in the butt later. But good news is we do have enough money. We could have our Wrath just a couple rounds in here. But again, I'd still rather spend my 70 grand on Superstorm. So, I'm feeling pretty comfy. Let's try to wait it out. We ran into our first slight issue here. Regen Bloons on 79 seem to be pretty freaking dangerous. I'm going to try a Tree Suck and see if the Tree Suck will just like magically solve all of our issues. If not, we're going to have to buy something here. I could try to de-regenify them up in the front here with some sort of random Druid. I could try to buy some other lower tier stuff, but again, it just like ruins my plans completely, so I hope that it doesn't come down to that. For whatever reason, though, this seems to be going better than last time. I don't know why. Feels like we just got lucky. The trees didn't even do anything, and we actually survived. So, all right, I guess I will take luck. Sometimes that's part of the game. Booyah, baby! We do get that Superstorm money, round 83 here, but believe it or not, we're still going quite strong. The only thing that was kind of a problem for us was this, oh my god, but I don't think that's going to be an issue for us now that we got this guy. But it should be noted that when you get a Superstorm, life can actually be kind of terrible for a little while, because Superstorm can push back Bloons so far and so much that you'll, like, spend forever trying to kill them. Luckily for us, we still do have a decent amount of tornado damage and all that stuff, or lightning damage and all that stuff, but it's still just kind of annoying to watch this all unfold the way it is. Unfurl the way it's unfurling here. But that's on me. You guys just get to cut to the excitement. So I didn't have to murder myself. I ended up building a sticky bomb ninja here to help me kill these oh my gods. Just round 85 alone took about 7 minutes before I decided to pop this guy down. And we're still having some, I don't call it issues, but we're having some instances where this is just not going down very quickly. Luckily, I think it's about to change in our favor, at least a little better. We need a couple more $1,000s before we can get our Avatar of Wrath. Now, this is a confusing part, because Heart of the Thunder, Avatar of Wrath, is usually the guy that I actually like to go for. But I honestly think that this guy is going to be better for us, and the reason why is because it's mostly about bad popping power for me. I don't care about anything else, really, as far as these guys are concerned. It's all about how many bads can you pop, and how fast can you pop them. And I was hoping that this was going to be somehow magically good enough. All right, I don't know. I'm just hoping that this guy is going to be the guy to go for me. And we're going to say, screw this guy, the Heart of the Thunder guy, instead just rely on this one. I don't know if this is the right decision, but this is what I'm going to do anyways. All right, so let's hope that this doesn't backfire, blow us up into smithereens or something like that later on in the game. You can see, as far as defense is concerned, literally no issues whatsoever as far as killing things. These things don't get past right here. Here, Superstorm stops them, destroys them all, but of course, time is still not on our side here, so I will beat you guys back around 100 and see what happens. Should be noted that this Avatar of Wrath actually cannot pop lead balloons, so DDTs later on could be an issue if I wasn't planning on getting an MIB. But I think the MIB will be the game saver here. As far as bads are concerned, check this out. Round 100 with 2 5th-tier Druids, dude. Oh, they're not max buffed either. I actually should get that last buff over here. We're going to throw them down. I guess right here is probably good enough. We're going to get one of those last Poplust Druids, and while we're at it, we're just going to get that Thorn Swarm as well. We get an Insta-Monkey. We get to say next. We get to say free play, and now it's where it gets exciting. All right, so far, everything has been the huge. It's been normal, regular Chimps mode, on an easy map. That's kind of not exciting. But well, hopefully this is going to get a little more exciting pretty quickly here, because these rounds get pretty spicy. Now, I am going to go for that MIB just so I don't have to worry about it forever, and then I need to start spamming and we're getting ready to build my ninja army. Now, this is an upsetting part of the game, because every single round gives you such minuscule amounts of money. Like, literally a couple $1,000s, like, per round. It's pretty horrible to watch, actually. But the good news is that a couple $1,000s per round times maybe 100 rounds surviving could be a pretty good chunk of money by the time we get to the end there. But still nothing magnificent or unbelievable or anything like that. It's going to be a slow growth for the rest of the game here. But because we have a pretty awesome defense already, all we're doing is sort of adding to the pile here and making everything hopefully work in our favor. So I'll show you guys probably about every 10 rounds or so. Otherwise, it's going to be a pretty big chill fest, because it's still going to take forever for this Superstorm to actually pop things. Whew. It's kind of sad, actually. Hot diggity dog. Look at this oh my god army. Normally, Chimps mode, that'd be a pretty big deal for us. But hey, look at our defense, bro. We got something going for us. And we got $43,000 saved up, which means it's time for our hidden Master Bomber to come into play, just because I feel like it. I hate leaving open upgrade things here. I'm just going to buy the Sharp Shurikens, even though that's not that effective for us. I also randomly left some Heart of the Oaks open over here as well. I don't know. I'm going to leave it. It's saving $1,000. Maybe it'll mean something in the long term. But for now, we do have that nice 5th tier ninja up in the corner here. I could plan to try to get this guy a little closer down to the bottom here so I can get more Shinobis around him. But I honestly think that positioning is going to be slightly important for both of these guys. And I always forget that you can put ninjas up on the top here as well. And I hope that that kind of just stack up together will actually mean more benefits for us than the positioning a little bit further away. I'm also going to be going for a top path ninja as well, a Grandmaster ninja. But again, more time is going to be taken to actually make that happen. So we'll have to wait again and see for that step. But overall, things are going pretty smooth. I'm not really afraid. I mean, I guess DDTs could sneak through at any point, just randomly or stupidly or something like that. But I still feel pretty comfortable with what I got. And even if they did, maybe the Master Bomber will just snipe it or something like that and still keep me in the game. Maybe. It's actually kind of working out kind of cool. Around 120 so far, and now we get another 5th tier tower. So we're going to get our Grandmaster Ninja. I don't think Distraction is going to do anything. I think we're better off the Seeking Shuriken. And then just cause, again, to fill out these puppies, we're going to go for the Caltrops here. Now, these two guys right now are actually not that powerful. Even though he's got 2.7 million pops, and he's probably one of the most... Oh, actually, surprisingly, yeah, 5.5 million, and actually only 1.3 million. So this guy's got like double the amount of pops. And he's just got bought 10 rounds ago. But these guys, believe it or not, are actually not that powerful right now. We can do a lot to make them a lot beefier here. Mainly by using the ninjas to their main advantage, the Shinobi tactics. Stacking them up 20 times on top of themselves will increase the speed and damage output of all of these guys by a very significant amount. Again, positioning-wise, we could have probably done maybe a smidge better than that, but I like it. I'm happy with what I got. We have to try to see if we can get a village in range of both of these guys to get them up to jungle drums, and then spam as many Shinobis as we can all around them. Ideally, I'd get at least like a 15 times Shinobi Ninja. I don't know if I need to go all the way up to 20 times, then we can focus on getting other towers after that that'll help us out long term. But that means we are in a bit of a spam festival right now, so let's get ready for it. Alrighty, we got some special action going on for you guys right now. It's finally time to start spam-a-lama-ding-dong and some Shinobi tactics. Whenever I do these Shinobi tactics, I definitely always get Ninja Discipline, because that little bit of range might not seem like much, but don't forget this Shinobi tactics will power up our 5th tiers, obviously, but it also powers up all of the other Shinobis, so when you spam them, they really do become this, like, ridiculous powerhouse of energy right here. Even without any alchemy or anything like that. You notice that these guys will exponentially grow as far as their power goes. And you can already see the attack speed's not bad at all, but once you start getting that extra damage and everything, it gets good. Alright, Shinobi Tactics number 3, number 4, number 5, and we are currently out of money, because Shinobi Tactics are not cheap. You know, sometimes people think that Shinobi Tactics cost $1,000, but that's not true. You gotta buy the Ninja, and you gotta buy the $300 upgrade, and the $500 upgrade, and the $1,000 upgrade, and then you still have to buy the Ninja Discipline on top of that to make it all actually round out. And that means these guys cost about $2,000 each. Actually, more than $2,000 each. So, they become expensive, man. They really do. It takes a lot to add them up. But the good news is, as far as popping power goes, things are still going good. I can't say that we are gonna go forever or anything like that, but dang, I feel like at least around 150 feels pretty comfortable here, unless the bad skill us at around 140. That's the next scary thing here. Will we have enough bad popping power? Oh boy, I just don't know. All right, here we go. This is the big boy. We've got a reinforced bad coming in here. If there's going to be something that's going to kill us, this is probably going to be it. I currently have $5,000, so there's really not much else I can do. Let's see what's going to happen here. We don't get the Superstorm in time, which is pretty rough for us. All right. It's coming around the circle here, and it looks pretty brutal. I don't know if this is going to be enough, guys. Dang. Around 140. It might not seem like much, but I decided to go for a quick Alchemist on our Grandmaster Ninja here. He's only 3rd tier, which is not much, but again, it's something. I'm going to throwing down Oben's Thorns down here, and instead of throwing an extra Spike Factory up to 1-0, which I know is not much, but again, just throwing shots in the dark here. I don't know how I could possibly lose to around 140 here and feel good about it. I have to retry if that's the case, and that's so upsetting. All right. It does feel like we're doing slightly better, but again, I don't know if that one Alchemist is going to be enough for us. Still doing a pretty decent job here. Not only do we have to beat the first one, we have to beat the second one as well, which is also just as hard, if not more difficult. Alright, we're randomly getting a little lucky with our Avatar Wrath over here. And it looks like this guy is probably going to sneak right through. No! Dang, dude. So we popped the second bad, and we did not pop the first bad. Why? Well, I'll be honest with you guys, I honestly thought we were going to make it last time, but upsettingly, we did not. After like 4 or 5 tries against that reinforced bad, we could not make it. So I had to restart all over again in its horribleness. I was able to fix my ninja positioning just a little bit better so I can fit more shinobis around him, but upsettingly, the one thing that I did make an error on, or made a change on that I'm not sure that it's good, but I think it's going to work out better, is that I did end up going for Superstorm and my Druids up in this corner here instead of in the bottom corner down there. Now that is obviously a pretty decent change, but the biggest change of them all is the fact that we did swap to Ezili. Now Ezili is one of the best late game heroes in the game, specifically for this Moab hexing capability right here. It actually does a good amount of damage to bad balloons, which is our big weakness. So that's going to allow us to pop more bad balloon action and pop more balloon action, and hopefully these guys are still in good enough positions to make sense. Now, I was able to get 5 Avatar of, what the heck they called? Populous Druids around my Avatar of Wrath and my Superstorm. This is my Superstorm. I keep thinking this guy's my Superstorm because he actually looks a little cooler. Like, his head is just, like, cooler looking. It's, like, deep red and everything. This guy's just all white. Kind of, like, boring, I guess. Now, the crazy thing about after round 140 is you can start to deal with the bad balloons here and there. Currently, my defense is still good enough against bad balloons, but I will have to be more active here and making sure that I'm actually clicking this button whenever I see a bad balloon and hoping that it actually does a good amount of damage here. Now, so far, things are still going okay, but I still don't have my 20th Shinobi tactics yet, so that's still some way to get very, very powerful very, very quickly. Like I said, I did a much better job, still not perfect though, but a much better job of keeping these guys in order. And then I think I have to do something kind of crazy soon with some other random towers. I don't know exactly what I want to go for just yet. I could go Super Monkey and plan for something related to that, or just go simple and go with a Moab Eliminator or something like that, just to do some extra bad damage and hopefully some medium Moab damage. Or one alternative route is just to do something that makes your towers that are already there do more damage, like a Cripple Moab or possibly just a Super Riddle. Those are all options for us, but of course those are sort of long-term options. Right now I still don't even have my Shinobis done up, so I definitely want to plan for that. The one thing that I don't want to do for sure is I definitely don't want to do any perma-row action. I thought about it, and I don't think it's going to work out for us. I know that technically it's one of the most powerful ways to make your Grandmaster Ninja just that much better. But at the same time, I just don't think it's going to work out for us, saving up that $64,000, trying to move them around in any shape, way, or form that actually makes sense and actually works. I just don't think it's going to work out for us. So that's something I'm going to stay away from, even though it is a possible and viable option for us if we were actually able to do that okay. I mean, like, if we could actually get that money and everything, it might not be bad, you know? But I'm just going to stay away from it. I can't even think about that idea. I know in my last run, one of the things that actually killed me was DDTs randomly sneaking through, so I'm hoping that my Superstorm positioning here is going to be a smidge better. First of all, we're going to aim mostly straight down this way, which is going to affect almost all the Moabs. If we do start to chase, we got this nice, like, straight line right here to deal with as well. And then after they go all the way around, even if a bad goes all the way around, is about to sneak through, we can still Superstorm that crap backwards into my ninjas and still save the day. One other thing that we can do, which I have to talk about, is overclocking. I don't think there's any reason why we shouldn't overclock today, so I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. I think overclocking either the Superstorm or this guy, kind of depending on how we feel, might be a decent option for us, so I'm definitely going to keep that in mind. But again, there's like so many options and so many ways that we could actually make this work that it's actually overflowing my brain a little bit and making it somewhat difficult to make up my mind. Alright, so let's see. More ninjas. I think I want to go for at least a few more. I don't know if I need a 20 times necessarily, but only 4 more is 20 times for us. So Let's see, 1. Now this is a regular bad, no Ezili ability, by the way. Here's 3. Here's 4. That should fill it out. Oh, that does suck, man. That's a regular bad. Whew. I don't know, man. I don't know. All right, another Shinobi. And I know that I'm still getting Ninja Discipline. That's something that doesn't necessarily make sense that much. But holy crap, look at this thing go. All right, I gotta Moab Hex this puppy. Dang. All right, so we have to really watch the bads. Oh, yeah, we gotta watch the bads here. Oh, there's multiple. All right, yeah, we're gonna definitely have to watch out for the bads here. This is already getting to be a pretty big pain. Once we get the Moab Hex up, we're going to go for it. Maybe we can get more than one bad insta-kill. That would be pretty freaking sweet. There's one dead. There's going for a second one. And then we're going to do damage to the third one. Will we kill it? No, we don't kill it, though. That's okay. It's okay. Just a little bit of damage is really what matters here. And we're going to fill this out with our last bits of Shinobis. All right. I think we're good on this now. We got 2 20 times Shinobi tactics. 5th tier ninjas. It's about as good as you can get it. I think my next best bet, and I think this is probably almost too easy to imagine, but I think that the best thing we can do is go for another 5th tier ninja. Grand Saboteur is only 23 grand plus $5,000. It's one of the cheapest things you can actually get in this game, and it can half the health of bad balloons coming out. Only for a little bit, and you do have to be active with it, but having the health of anything is going to be a big deal for you. Even if it's just a random couple bads here and there, out of all of them that could be possible, I think it's going to be good for us. But I still want to get more popping power pretty soon. So anyways, I know that we've talked a lot about the current setup right now, but I really wanted to just make sure you guys understood why and how things were going, so we can hopefully push this game to the limit. Okay, currently on round 150. We've had to start using Ezili's Moab Hex more than once per round, just to keep these bads at bay. Still no second reinforced bad, so... that means that I don't think we see any of those until round 200 or 201. I don't remember which of those rounds it is, but once we start to see those guys, oh boy, I don't know, man, if we have any chance at all. I'm sorry if I sounded like the devil right there. That's still my terrible lungs right now, my beaten up, shredded lungs from being sick earlier this week, I guess. So yeah, like I said, when we don't Moab Hex, things look pretty scary. But the good news is we're about to make that big bad change here. Grand Saboteur. Here he is. Bam! All right, so that's a big change for us. Basically, at the beginning of almost every round here, I'm just going to start to use this guy and use it at least once per round. And I think that's going to be the best bet for us. You don't know when those bads are going to come out. But if I do end up losing, then I will know where the bads come out, come back, and hopefully be able to more righteously activate that that ability here to help myself out. This time around, it didn't seem like it did much, you know, but it was only 23 grand. It's not going to completely change the game in my favor. Just wanted to help me out a little bit here and there. All right, another Moab Hex looks like it's going to be required here to take down this bad. It's doing a good job, though. It really is. If you look at the pop count here, Ezili at 7 million. We've got Superstorm at about 11 million, so Ezili's still holding her own, man. Pretty good for a late game hero. Surprisingly, Avatar of Wrath only at 3.5 mil. That's almost nothing here. And then you're going to be surprised here. Ooh. You're going to be surprised here. Ooh, look at these DDTs, though. Ooh. These things are getting scary now, man. Not super scary, but scary. And then as far as these guys are concerned, 26 million and only 5 million. Clearly, Grandmaster Ninja not doing as good as I thought he would. I don't know if that's for a reason. I don't know if it's because he's not alchemized or something like that, but any which way, I should note that. All right, I'm going to go for my overclock as my next thing for sure. So I'm just going to throw him in the range of the village here just because. I don't know if I'm going to put anything else over here at all, so maybe he'll get a little bit of pop action in here as well. And I'm probably going to be overclocking mostly the Grandmaster Ninja. Or excuse me, the Master Bomber Ninja. 160 is getting a little on the wild side here. This is going to be my third Moab Hex already, on my third bad, and I hope that that's the last one, otherwise things are getting pretty spicy up in here. Now, good news is I do have $28,000, and that means I think that I can afford this next big change for our oh my god, thank goodness. I've been having a problem where I accidentally try to overclock something, and I accidentally click this ninja right behind him. It's really annoying. I hate dealing with it, but every once in a while it happens. I'm going to go for it, though. I think this is our best bet. We're going to go for a call to arms. We're only a few $1,000s away. Once we get that guy, it's again just buffing all of the same towers even further, making them really take me down to Destruction Town. Alright, check this out. Call to arms. Sadly, it's a little difficult for my index finger to hit that ability, but that's okay, it's okay. Okay, we do a good job there. Let's try this call to arms and see what happens. Let's see how much extra damage we're going to be doing here. Now, against these Oh My Gods and BFBs, it doesn't look like much, but let me tell you, these things are getting damaged. Like, hardcore, dude. 46 million pups by now. Surprisingly, but somewhat upsettingly, this guy's not doing that much. I've been using him every single round, without doubt, and he's still making me struggle a little bit, dude. I don't know. I feel like sometimes we get a random bad here that we are going to damage a little bit, but even then when we do damage it, it doesn't automatically help me that much because it's really the Ezili Hex that's actually doing most of the work here. Alright, another Ezili Hex here to take on this last bad. Oh, crap. Did you see that DDT, dude? That was scary! Oh my god, dude. Every little thing can kill you at this point. Around 162, though. Let's see if we can keep on pushing it, my friends. If we can go all the way up to a Homeland Defense 43,000, now we'll be able to power up all of our other towers as well, including Ezili, which is kind of cool. All right, guys, around 170. This is an exciting time for everybody here. I believe this is my current record on Chimps mode, soloing, without any extra help. And this is real Chimps mode, by the way, not some crappy infinite continues mode or something like that. Real Chimps, baby. It makes it just that much more meaningful, I suppose. Not necessarily that much more difficult, but more meaningful to me. We are doing okay still. I mean, there's nothing too crazy going on because the max amount of bads that I've ever seen in a single round has been, I believe, 4. And usually, usually they're between 2 and 3. There's still rounds where there's 1 or none, but those are kind of like random and far in between. Usually there's 2 or 3. And it seems like with 3, I can take them down pretty easily. Now, again, none of these other balloons are consequential whatsoever. Zero issues with any of them. Superstorm sends them back. Master Bomber infinitely stuns them, especially when I get my abilities flowing up in here. Now, you're going to notice that I've got $53,000 saved up right now. And that's because I've been thinking about things a little bit. All right, so obviously my major issue is the bads. And right now, getting more Master Bomber speed, I don't think is actually going to help me out all that much. Getting more Superstorm speed, I mean, not necessarily automatically a good thing. So, is there any other thing that I can get that's going to make me do better against the bad balloon? Now, I could go crazy and try to save up for something ridiculously powerful like a Flying Fortress or something like that. It might work out in my favor. I still, by the way, believe randomly that Flying Fortress has a misleading pop count. I don't think it does as many pops as it says. I'm gonna like go to my grave thinking that because I just don't think it's as powerful as people think it is late game. People think it's like better than a Vengeful Temple. It just like doesn't make any sense. Even with all the buffs and everything, it just doesn't make any sense. So, anyways, I don't think I'm gonna go for a Flying Fortress. I also would honestly not mind a Super Mines, but 162 grand just seems a little too far out of reach for me. So I need something a little bit more manageable. And there's only a couple towers here that can do good Moab damage, or bad damage in particular. One of them is the Moab Eliminator, but honestly, 30 grand, it's not that that's meaningless or anything like that, but I don't know if that's going to do enough real damage for me. So it comes down to one tower that I think is actually going to help me out here. The Mad. Alright, this is a weird one. 64,800 bucks plus the previous upgrades. We're talking about... I need about 75 grand. I'm almost there. Probably another like 5 rounds, something like that. Probably about 180 we'll be able to afford that Mad. I don't know for sure that is the correct answer or the rightest thing to do, but right now my armpit is leading me there. My little armpit hairs are sticking out and they're saying, Chris, the Mad, do it. You know you want to. Not only for extra poppages of these random balloons, but also mainly, again, for that bad balloon. Now, upsettingly, I think I'm going to have to put him down here. Alright, and the reason why is, even though I'm not going to be shooting down straight lines as much, or maybe I could put him, like, I don't know. I think that's just where he's got to go, somewhere over in this general area. I sadly won't be able to shoot down straight lines as much, so it will be actual micro required. But I'll be able to aim across anywhere on the map, actually be able to reach things where I want to. And I get the superpower of the Call to Arms. And if I never get the Homeland Defense over in the corner, this guy would never get that extra power up. And that is actually a big deal for the MAD. So I can also overclock and use this ability at the same time. And I think that is going to be what actually keeps me clutch here. Yeah, that's the plan. I'm going to see where this leads me and see if we can survive that long to afford the MAD. I'll be a little upset if I accidentally die to a DDT or something stupid, but in the meantime here, knowing that I have $66,000 saved up is just idiotically stupid. But I think it's the right play if I really try to push myself and pushing the game to its limit. So I got to go for it. Oh, gosh darn it, man. Look at that. Ooh. It was hard to tell what was going on there. But 179, dude. 179. It's pretty good. I feel like I can go further. I'm not sure exactly what I would need to do to make myself go further. 179 is a fantastic run. And look at these guys, 115 million pops. The MAD, I can't say that he was a great decision, but I don't think he was a bad decision. He did not do that much bad damage. But again, not sure what else I could do to actually help me support myself in doing more bad damage. It's just like no matter what I do, they're too expensive. I can't really get a Paragon. I can't really get a Temple all that easily, if at all. So I think this is where it's got to stick for now. 179. I'm pretty proud of that, though. Let me know what you guys think in the description, in the comments below. Not the description. I'll let you know what I think in the description. And of course, have a super duper delicious day.